This is Cheyenne Valentine back today again with a new episode. Today's episode, I want to talk about why some women make terrible friends. Again, I want to talk about why some women make terrible friends. And I had a subscriber, shout out to you, that wanted me to make this video. And I if you go down my list of videos, I've made several videos about just women and how they make terrible friends. I think I had one saying why some women don't have friends. I made one about how women treat you like you're their boyfriend. I made a video about how women use their husband as their hobby, and so everything wasn't combined in one video. But in this video, I got 12 reasons why some women make terrible friends. I'm gonna go through all of them, so this is gonna be real good, and I'm about 100% sure that all the women listening to this have experiences with other women, probably at least 6 of these. Okay, it's just no way you couldn't have. And maybe you was a lucky one to have had great relationships with women, but I know several women who don't have any female friends like that, and I don't either. I have female associates, but I might see at different places, but I don't have what I would call true friends. And some of my friends dropped off over the years, but I know women, you probably feel like you get along with men better as far as friendship wise, right? And a lot of women say this, that they don't want to mess with women. They like dealing with men as far as friendship wise and romantically, but we talking about friendship. And I honestly, all through high school and just as an adult, I get along with men as friends better. Now them as romantic partners, I got some issues with them when it comes to the romantic part, because they don't, to me, act accordingly in my opinion. But as friends, men make excellent friends. They make excellent friends, but other women have complained about the same thing, saying they don't mess around with women as far as friendship. Women suck. Now we do have to take accountability for our part in it. Like I will say, with me, with friendships, I've noticed that I wouldn't tell the person why I was upset with them. I was just like in the friendship. And it was one time I did tell the girl why I was upset, and she literally asked me what was wrong with me. She texted me, she said, "What's wrong with you?" I texted her back, I told her what was wrong, and she literally never talked to me again. I'm not making this up. And it's been almost 10-11 years, and like about a year ago, I found her on Facebook because I was thinking about her, like, I wonder how she's doing. She couldn't still be mad about that because I wasn't even in the wrong. And I sent her a message on Facebook saying, how have you been? And she never responded. So she's literally still mad at me about something that's 9 years ago. But this is 10 years ago. This is the kicker. The reason why we got into it wasn't even my fault. She wasn't being a good friend to me. But she never took accountability, and she was a narcissist. She would call me, and I just supposed to sit there and listen to her talk about her cheating on her husband, and I supposed to sit there and listen to her talking about all the dudes she's sleeping with and what she doing. And literally it got so bad that she would call me and start telling me about what's going on with her. And one day, when she was done talking, I said, "Well, yeah, I did." And then she literally like, okay, girl, I gotta go. She literally, before I could finish even my sentence, she literally hung up the phone. She didn't want to hear shit I had to say. She didn't give a damn about what's going on in my life. She just wanted me to be her damn therapist. And I'm the type, I love hearing stories and stuff like that, and I love talking, obviously, but I'm a really good listener. So she was like, "Oh, I got me a good one. I could sit here and run my fucking mouth and make it seem like my life is so fun and exciting." And I guess I was the Miss Goody Two Shoes. I didn't have no scandalous stories. So she calling me with all this garbage. I'm absorbing it, because I'm an empath. And so I'm trying to be a good friend to her, and she's a terrible friend to me. So we finna get into it now. Number one, get some popcorn, relax. I'm gonna try to make this video as short as I can, but y'all, these women. Okay, so number one, why do some women make terrible friends? Number one, they only want you around when they are single. Yeah, you heard me. They only want you around when they're single. So basically, you all know how it is with these women. All they care about is a man, and that could mean a boyfriend slash husband, and their children. That's all they care about. If it doesn't pertain to that, they don't have no use for you. That's all they want in their life is their man and their kids. And let me tell you why a lot of women end up depressed, because they put so much into having a man, a husband or boyfriend, and their children. Understand, I know you have unconditional love for your children, but don't you understand that one day your children are going to grow up and leave the nest? then what? Don't you understand that you and your husband, y'all, you know, you all are gonna still have to be an individual and have your own life. He might have other hobbies, which most men do. You all might, I hate to say, y'all might possibly get a divorce or break up, or it could be. Excuse me, it's I'm outside, so people are talking. So excuse me if you hear any noise, but anything might happen between you and your husband, boyfriend. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just being realistic. Okay, anything can happen. And I know so many women who have a boyfriend or who are married, and they feel alone in their marriage. And part of that's because you're depending. Some women depend too much on their husband for everything. I did a video about that. Your husband's not your hobby. You need friends. Okay, so these women I'm talking about right here, these women right here, they don't know they need friends. So they only want you around when they're single. So when they're single, and I'm gonna get to that next, they want to hang out. But when they have a husband, mainly a boyfriend, they don't give a damn about you. That they're gonna stop calling you. They're not gonna want to hang out with you. It's all about him. I remember this one girl. I went to this Jobs for Youth program back when I was like 18 or 19. We met there. I called her one day, and she was just talking, and she said, well, I heard a dude in the background. She said, let me call you back. My boyfriend's over here. I said, okay, cool. I'll let you go. Do y'all know I never heard from that woman from then to now, and I'm 34? Never called me back because our boyfriend was over there. So you couldn't call me back after he left? So we couldn't do that. Recently I had a friend, literally, and I'm gonna get to this in further in this video. We met at work. Well, we didn't work together, but she worked next door to where I worked at. And I'm gonna get into that next, but okay. Like I said, they only want to hang out with you when they're single. Once they get a boyfriend, you're out of there. Okay. And this is why a lot of women, we end up, and I'm gonna throw me in this, and other women, we end up in unfulfilling relationships sometimes because we try to make our guy our companion. Now, he is your companion, but he's not supposed to be, and he could be your friend too, kind of, sort of. But what if you make your boyfriend or husband your companion and husband, your daddy, your brother, your everything? What happens when he leaves you, or y'all break up, or if y'all break up? Then you want to commit suicide. I remember reading the comment section of this other video. This one girl said that she put up with a lot from her boyfriend because she was lonely, because she didn't have any friends to hang out with. Ladies, we have to fix this. Okay, a lot of women do not feel comfortable with each other. A lot of women don't like each other, and I notice the only time that it seems like we come together, if you want me to be honest, we usually only come together when we're talking about men, because a lot of women have had bad experiences with men and we can relate, and that's when we come together and basically get in these dudes' asses. That seems like that's the only time we come together, when we're trying to hold these men accountable, which we're supposed to hold them accountable. But why is it when it's pertaining to a guy and we're all hurt and upset about that, do we come together and commiserate? But when we're happy in a relationship, we don't make time for each other. We don't foster relationships with other women. So this is one reason why some women, number one, they only want you around when they are single. So that's one reason why that makes them a terrible friend. And so if someone only wants you around when they're single, they just use you as a placeholder. They don't give a damn about you. Number two, they only hang out with you to get attention from men because they don't want to go out by themselves. This is a good one right here. So I know, ladies, hold on one second. I'll drop the paper. Okay, let me hold it. So ladies, you know that some of these women only want to hang out with you to get attention from men. Okay, so you know also that's why you all might get into it, or she might stop hanging out with you, because when you go out, you might get more attention than her. And the reason why she's upset, it's maybe an ego thing or whatever, but the main reasons why she's upset is because the only reason she's hanging out with you is because she don't want to go out alone to look for men. So like the first one, she only want to hang out with you when she's single, right? So if she is single, the only reason why she's hanging out with you is because, okay, it's like this with these women. All they care about is a man and a boyfriend, all right? So if they have a guy and a boyfriend, they're content. If they don't, so if they have a boyfriend and a guy, they're going to dump you as their friend. if they are single, they're gonna start hanging out with you so they can find them a boyfriend. So they whole everything about them is about getting dick and just having a man up under them. So the only reason why they're hanging out with you a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest with you, is because they don't want to hang out by themselves. So when a woman's single, with some women, when they're single, they're trying to recruit another boyfriend or husband because they don't want to be quote unquote alone. Okay, and they don't want to actually go out alone looking for men. So they have you tag along to help them find their next dude. And then once they find their next guy, via you hanging out with them, then they're gonna dump you and stop hanging out with you and be up under him again. And it's a vicious cycle that continues. Okay, so you basically go out with her to help her find a boyfriend because she don't want to go out by herself. Once she gets the boyfriend, she's gonna stop talking to you and never return your phone calls, and y'all not gonna be friends no more. She's just using you to have someone to go out with so that she can attract men. That's all she's doing. Okay, number 3, they are very selfish and envious of your appearance. We all know this one. Women are judged very harshly by how we look. So society makes a woman feel like she's nothing if she doesn't look a certain way. So women, and women naturally want attention from everybody, but they also want attention from men, dogs, cats, other women. I got a video saying why do women want attention from other women. I got a video. Go down through my videos. So a lot of times they don't want to hang out with you because they're jealous of how you look, and they know, once again, back to number 2, they feel you're gonna get more attention from the men. And what did I tell you? They only want to hang out with you when they're single, and when they're single, they're thinking about getting their next boyfriend or husband. So they want you to tag along with them when they're going out, and they only want to hang out with you as a placeholder, because they're bored and lonely. But most importantly, they want to hang out with you because they want to attract the guy. Well, if they're hanging out with you, you're technically in their eyes competition for male attention. So if they feel you're too pretty, and they're going to get envious of your appearance, and then you will be dropped again as a friend because now you're taking attention from them, and all they have you around for is a wing woman so they can pick up the next dude. So once they get their next boyfriend, they can stop calling you. Okay. Number 4, the reason why some women make terrible friends. Number 4, they are very jealous of you if you have something they want. Now, not a lot of times, but sometimes they're jealous of you because you have something they want. Now, this could be you can have kids and they don't. You can have a husband and boyfriend. They don't. You can have a booming career. They don't. It could be reverse. They could not want kids and you don't, and they jealous of maybe your freedom. It could be they have a husband or boyfriend, but he could be a piece of shit and you're single, meeting great men, me spending money on you. I mean, so like I said, it can, or you could be a stay-at-home mom and they gotta work. It could be anything basically whatever. If they don't like their life, okay, and your life is the opposite of theirs, they a lot of times they become jealous of you, and they want what you have, and now they can't be a true friend of you. So they will probably stop talking to you, or they will try to sabotage you, or you might notice they'll hate on you. They'll say like real hateful things to you. To make you feel bad, to make you feel insecure about your life. Okay, number 5, they want you to be jealous of what they have, and when you are not, they get mad. Okay, I know you have met women who, I did a video about one of the reasons why some women don't have friends is because they brag like within the first 20 minutes of you meeting them. They do this a lot. So with women, they want you to be jealous of them and jealous of what they have because they insecure about something, so that makes them feel good when you're jealous. I don't know why. Some of them are sick in the head. So when you don't get jealous, they get mad. Now some of them won't get mad. Some of them will kind of say, oh, she's different, she didn't get jealous, so maybe she's cool after all. I guess sometimes they feel they have to prove something to somebody, but the purpose of them saying certain things to you, ladies, is to make you jealous. So if someone's trying to make you jealous and they want you to want their life, how can they be a good friend of you? Like, how the hell can they be a good friend of you? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I remember it's so many cases where women, they look at my finger, see I don't have a ring, so basically once that happens, they start talking about their fiance, their husband. Women do shit like this. That's why they make terrible friends. How you gonna be a friend of somebody but you want them to be jealous of you? Like, get the hell out of here. Like, and that's how some of them think. Okay, number 6, they want to get all the attention when you go out. So this kind of jumps back to number two, the reason why they want to hang out with you and they're singles because they want attention from men. So when they go out, when you and your friend go out, she want to get all the attention. Okay, and if she sees you getting more attention than her, which means in her mind you might end up getting snagged by a guy, because because she's hanging out with you, but she's trying to immediately get snagged and get into a relationship so she could dump you and stop hanging out with you. Because women feel they can't have a husband, a boyfriend, and kids and have friends. Like, women gotta pick. They seem to think you can't have both. Meanwhile, men, they can have 5 kids, a mistress, and a wife, and still make time for their friends. I don't get women. Women act like they cannot hang out and spend time with their friends if they have dick at home. The dick is not going anywhere. When you're done hanging out with her, the dick will still be waiting for you. But so, like I said, they make terrible friends. Some of them make terrible friends because when y'all go out, they want to have all the attention. So they might try to quote unquote outdress you, or they want to know how you dressing, which that's cool if they want to know what you dressing like. But what is kind of foul to me is if they ask you what you're dressing, what you're wearing, excuse me, and then you tell them, and then they try to change it up right before y'all hang out so they can look quote unquote better than you. So they want all the attention because they want to get all the men so they can stop talking to you and have a new boyfriend. Okay, number 7. They can be very insecure, so they compare you to them all the time. So with a lot of your friends, with some of these females, they claim they're your friend, but deep down they're insecure about something that has nothing to do with you. It could be how they body look, it could be anything, their financial status, their relationship status, whatever it is. And so because they're insecure, they start comparing themselves to you. And that goes back to what I was saying. I'm not even get to that right now, but basically they're insecure about something and they're starting to compare themselves. So like I said previously, sometimes they want you to want what they have, or they could be jealous of what you have. But that all stems from an insecurity in them, and then that's when they start doing the comparing. Instead of just looking at you as a friend, somebody they care about, and you care about them, and y'all down for each other, no matter who goes through what ups and downs, divorces, losses of jobs, people go through things, you have each other's back. They don't have that mentality. Some of these women don't have that kind of mentality. Ladies, it's all about them. They're insecure, and they kind of maybe want to see your downfall, and I'm gonna get to that eventually. Okay, number 8. If things aren't going good for them, they cannot be happy for you. Oh no. Some of these women, if their life isn't good, if their life is in shambles, they can't be happy for you. I mean, if they walked in on their husband fucking their sister in their bed, they're not going to be happy for you that you just got flew out to Paris by your sugar daddy. I mean, they can't be happy for you. Okay. It's just with a significant amount of women. It's not all, but when women are going through things, I think some of them deal with depression and anxiety, so they are already in a low mood. So then here you come with this good news, and yeah, they might be your quote unquote friend, but they don't know how to. They don't give a damn kind of about you. Let's just be honest. A lot of women, be honest, are selfish. Okay, it's kind of all about them and their life, their husband, their kids. They don't have a husband and kids. It's just all about them. So if stuff is going good for you and not them, they like I said previously, number 7, they already comparing themselves to you, and they're not gonna be happy for you when shit going bad in their life. So they can't be a good friend of you when they sitting up there pretty much hoping for your downfall. And number 9, they cannot have you making more money than them or shining more than them, quote unquote. Oh my God, like I had a friend, a so-called friend, we worked together and we met at work, and I end up quitting and she ended up getting fired. I quit and then she got fired. And I said this in another video. So basically, I got another job. She asked if she get at my job. I told her I'd try. And then as I was in the process, she said, well, I think she had found another job. And I said, oh, well, you should try to get me at your job. And she said, that's no problem. And because her job was paying $1 more than the job I was at. So it really wouldn't been no need for her to leave that job to come to where I'm at, because I was making $1 less than her. So at the new job she was at. So I said, okay. She said, I said, you'll get an application from me. She said, sure thing. Day 1 goes past. Day 2, day 3. I sent her a text cussing her out. I said, you know what? I see what kind of person you is for you to do me like that. And so she sends me a text. Oh, I can't believe you're coming at me like that. How could you talk to me like that? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She just kept saying she was sorry. And I talked to her on the phone. She said, look, I don't plan on staying at this job because the job was far from her home, and she had like 3 kids and she could take them to daycare. This woman did not like driving on the expressway. Neither do I, but she was so scared to get on the expressway, she would take the streets, and it would take her about 40 minutes to get to work when it could only take 20. So she was like, this is far from my home and I don't really want to work here, so that's why I didn't really try to, I didn't really push trying to get you here. And I'm thinking, and I'm like, okay, but what does that got to do with me? Okay, if you don't want to stay at that job, what the hell does that got to do with me? Well, why do you, what does that have to, if you said you're going to do something, keep your damn promise. And then I said, well, can you stick at the application? She said, oh, the job's filled already. So the job's already filled because you did not even try to get the fucking application for me. And then come to find out, everybody, I used to work at that job. I knew the people that she was working with and everything. But that was meant to happen because the universe wanted to show me the kind of person she was. So a lot of times your so-called friends, you think they're your friend, but let them get a job that's paying more than you and see if they let you get at that job making more. They do not want you making the same amount of money as them, and damn sure don't make more. Another thing women would do, so-called friends, if they have a low-paying job, they'll like, and let's say they're leaving, they would basically, because 2 women did this to me, but I didn't know these women, so they weren't friends. But I will say women have a habit of this. This happened, I was visiting Sephora, and it was a clothing store, and both of these women, that was like their last, the one woman, that was her last day at Sephora, and the other one, that was her last week. And they were saying, oh, you should work here, and this is my last day, and the other one said, this is my last week. And they both were saying how they was going for, one of the girls saying she was going for a better paying job. So why the hell you offering me this shit though? Women are not trying to get you at the job with them if the job pays good, and if the job, they would not try to get you a higher position at company. You want to know why? Because they want to be the only one shining. Women, a lot of women are very competitive. Okay, believe it or not, they're very competitive. They have this mentality, some of them, of I'm a boss bitch, and these other women are minions, and I'm the shit, I'm a boss. So when you see, they don't have a collective, let's work together, let's have a sisterhood mentality, unlike me. They don't have that mentality. So because of that, they want to so-called have more money now, shine over you, and you be their little secretary and minion. Okay, so understand about your so-called friend. Number 10, they want to brag and do all the talking, but when it is your time to talk or to cry on their shoulder, they are nowhere to be found. Oh, this is a great one. I cannot tell you how many so-called friends I had that basically would call me bragging, talking about they this, talking about they that, and then it was time for me to talk. Whether I was talking about some good news or bad news, or whether I was wanting someone's shoulder to cry on, they didn't have, like I told you with the previous woman, they didn't have nothing to say. I had one chick that literally, I was talking to her about my boyfriend at the time, not the one with now, but a previous boyfriend, and I said, yeah, he did X, Y, and Z. She said, you know what she said to me, everybody? She said, man, she said, and I thought my situation was bad. And she said like another time, like she said it once, and then she said it again with like kind of like a little laugh. She was like, and I thought my situation was bad. Mind you, I don't mean to be rude when I say this, but even though she had like a really big butt and wide hips, but really I kind of look better than her, so she probably never liked me really like that any damn way. That's nothing, ladies. You got to watch out for women who secretly are jealous of you. Okay, you got to watch out, because sometimes they will befriend you to get your business. Because haven't you noticed, like whenever you get into it with a female, and I've been guilty of this too, you get into a female and y'all get so mad at each other where y'all tell each other's business. Okay, we all kind of guilty of that. Even if you're telling your boyfriend, husband, or family members, you're still wrong. We're still wrong for doing that, ladies. Okay, but some women will befriend you and never fucking liked you in the first place. They pretended to like you. Maybe you work with them and they gotta get along with you, or maybe they're a friend of a family member and they pretend to like you and be your friend, but the moment you do something, because they already ain't like your ass, they spilling the beans on you and they talking about you like a dog. Okay, so like I said, they want you to be there for an ear. They want you to be there so they can cry on your shoulder. They want you to be their counselor and their therapist. But when it's time for you to cry on somebody's shoulder, when it's time for you to talk about the good news in your life, they're nowhere to be found because they don't give a damn about you. They're not your friend. Like I said, some women are terrible friends because they're selfish. Okay, number 11. And I only got 12, so work with me here. Okay, if you all do hang out, you have to plan everything, because they want you to entertain them, because they are used to men doing it. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to say here is that, I'm going to say this again. If you and your so-called female friend hang out. You have to do all the planning because they want you to entertain them. And the reason why you have to do all the planning is because they're used to men doing everything. They're used to men approaching them. They're used to men stalking them. They're used to men calling them. They're used to getting into it with a guy slamming the phone on him, possibly cussing him out, because every woman ain't a hood rat, remember? So possibly cussing him out. They're used to just being the one. This is the thing. Some men let some women get away with things because men want to have sex. Okay. So because men want to have sex, men will put up with a little bit more shit from women. Okay. Because they really want sex. And women, we put up with more shit from men because we get emotionally attached to them. So we both genders, let the other gender slide with a lot of stuff. Okay. But what I'm saying is because men treat women like that, treat some women like that, your female friend starts to treat you like her boyfriend. So I know this one lady said she was busy and her female friend called her and said, you haven't called me in days. What you been doing? She said, look, I'm not your boyfriend. Now I explained to you I've been busy, but I'm not obligated to fucking call you. So some women, they will treat you like you're their boyfriend. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Like I said, the girl I met at my job, I asked her, so you want to hang out? And she has a daughter, and so she said, well, I gotta get a babysitter. I called her like Monday. We text the whole time. I texted her Monday. I said, you want to hang out? She said, I gotta get a babysitter. I said, okay, cool. And I mentioned this in another video. And so, I like to go out. I'm a Leo. I like to go out, have a good time, dress up, and I like my female friends to look nice, have on heels, be dressed up, and we go out and we paint the town red. We come in the room and heads turn. Like, I like us all to look good and have a good time, because everybody's going through things. You need time to hang out with other females. You need that time. Okay. You don't have to be up under you're not supposed to be up under your dude all the time and not have no social life outside of him. You're gonna fucking go crazy, because if y'all break up, you're gonna be alone. Okay. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be alone. Okay. So Monday happened. She said, well, I got a babysitter. I don't hear from her for 2 days. Then Wednesday comes. She says, oh, I had a Thursday or Wednesday came. She said, well, I had, I'm having a rough day. Yeah, let's hang out. Then I think like Thursday coming, she asked me, what I'm going to wear. We trying to get our outfits coordinated. Then I'm telling her, well, let's go to the Jamaican spot and let's go to this winery place that has food and wine. I'm planning the whole thing. I made reservations, and then some told me to cancel those reservations. And then it was like, so we were supposed to hang out Saturday. So Friday night, she says, okay, yeah, let's hang out still tomorrow. Because I asked her what she was wearing, because she asked me what I was wearing, and she said she had to go buy her shirt. So she said, well, yeah, we still on. She's like, I got a babysitter, so it's gonna be, we're gonna have fun. I told her my plans about the Jamaican spot that closed at 3 a.m, and about us hanging out before at the winery place and going to Jamaican spot. And she said she told me she barely gets out. She's a born mom that stays in the house. So I'm like, let's get out, have a good time. So I'm all excited, but some told me to cancel those reservations. So that Friday, she said, I got a babysitter. She said, well, she said, I really don't want to go like to no Jamaican spot or the winery place. She said, let's just get something to eat. She said, because I want to spend the rest of the night with my honey. I said, hold on, I didn't plan all this shit. Okay, he ain't going nowhere. The dick ain't going nowhere. Okay. And this was for just a fuck friend. This was for, she wanted to hang out with him all night and accommodate him, even though she told me that they had been having sex and they were like in a relationship, at least she thought. Then he told her that he just wanted to be friends, but yeah, he still want to come over there and fuck her. So y'all already know that he on some bullshit, and that she need to be starting to date other men, because he don't really want her like that. But I ain't gonna tell her that, because she got to figure it out on her own, and if I tell her, she's gonna be upset. So I'm like, hold on, so you just want to go get something to eat? We could have did that during the week. I'm planning out. I said, I'm done. It took me 5 days of going back and forth with this woman just to get her to go out to the Olive Garden. We went to the Olive Garden. Then she wanted me to go back to her house, and we talked. We had a good time, but I'm like, okay, you be in the house all the time, let's hang out. So that's how they do. They want you, basically, you want to hang out with a woman, a female friend, you got to stalk her, you got to call her, you got to plan an outing, y'all got to coordinate your outfit, and then you got to pretty much beg her to come out, because they don't want to come out. That's why they make terrible friends. They don't want to have fun. They just want to stay in the fucking house. Okay, they don't want to hang out. If it does not have anything to do with a man, they not trying to hang out with you. And if you convince them to come out, y'all should have a good time. But women are used to men stalking them for dates and sex, so they're used to the person pursuing them and making all the plans and stuff. And all of us are used to men making plans and pursuing things with us. So with two women, somebody gotta take the lead and be the aggressor, and nobody wants to do it. Okay. Number 12, last but not least. Okay. They only want to listen to you when your life is fucked up, excuse my language, when your life is fucked up, to make them feel better. But when things are going good for you, they don't want to hear it. So we already talked about how when things are going good for you, when things are going bad for them, they can't be happy for you when things are going good for you, right? But let's talk about how they only want to listen to you when your life is fucked up. Now, you got some so-called female friends who they don't care if your life is going good or bad. They don't want to hear shit you got to say, like my ex friend. They just, use you as a ear and talk your fucking head off, and they don't give a damn about you. Okay, that's one type of so-called female friend. The other type is that when things are going good with you, she don't want to hear it because she's jealous. She's comparing herself to you, and her life ain't shit. But this particular female friend, if you come to her with some bad news, she's all ears. Y'all, I know y'all had this kind of female friend. She's all ears. She wants to hear more. Like my other friend, that friend that said to me when I was telling her about my ex-boyfriend, and she was saying, I thought my situation was bad. And mind you, her shit was bad. She was married, but her and her husband was separated for 6 months. She was away at college with 2 kids by him. She told me that he wasn't about what she thought he was. He wasn't trying to give her no money. She said she regretted having kids with him. I mean, she was saying they was considering getting a divorce. Shit was all fucked up, but she wanted to try to shit on my relationship. I still don't even have kids, and I never been married. Mother, you can't. I could have left him, which I did at any fucking moment with no strings attached, but nothing was keeping me to him. But you got 2 kids with him, so don't be throwing stones when you in a glass house. Like let's be a true. See, they can't be a true friend of you because they really are not your friend. You're just somebody for them to talk to, gossip about. They're not really your friend. That's why. So she was getting off because y'all see how I talk. So I let it all hang out. I tell the good, the bad, and the ugly. So she was getting off to me telling my damn business to her. So I've learned now. So ladies, like I said, if you run into this one female, she will let you talk. And you're thinking she's letting you talk because she cares about you. No, she's letting you talk because she's enjoying hearing the bad shit. How you can test her is if every time you call her, you're ranting about your dude or your kids or your job, and she's listening. But then let's say change it up and call her and tell her about some good news for like a week straight. See what she do. She probably won't answer the phone no goddamn more. She probably whatever and change the subject because some women get off to hearing your misery. I'm trying to tell you. So ladies, those are the 12 reasons why some women make terrible friends. It ain't all women, but that's why women collectively are having issues making female. This is the reason why. Let me start over. This is the reason why collectively some women are having issues making and keeping friends. Okay, now we all participate probably in one of these 12 things, but some women participate in more than others, if you get my drift, and some of them, and women collectively have issues with each other. I don't know what the problem is, but this is why some of them make terrible friends, because they're not invested in the friendship. Some women don't look at friendship as an actual relationship, not a sexual relationship, but it's still a relationship. Just like your relationship with your parents is a relationship. Your relationship with your kids is a type of relationship. And of course, we have romantic relationships, but all your interactions with people, even with your coworkers, it's a type of relationship. But when it comes to friendship, women do not foster nor give a fuck about. Some women do not foster nor give a fuck about friendships with other women. And I just named 12 reasons why some women make terrible friends. Okay, and so how you can avoid this? What I do, I have female associates, and so I don't intermingle things. So if I take a workout class, a Zumba class, then that I might have women at the Zumba class I get along with, and when I'm at Zumba, I talk to them, I laugh with them. I don't ask somebody about their personal life. I don't try to hang out with them outside of Zumba class. Okay, wherever I meet you is what I talk to you about. If I met you at work, we could talk about work stuff. I'm not trying to hang out with you outside of work. You just my friend at work. Okay, you kind of see where I'm going with this. And ladies, stop telling them all your damn business until they have proven that they're a true friend. Okay, a lot of women, they don't foster female relationships, and that's why they put all their hopes and dreams into a man, and then when he dumped them or leave them, or she dumps him, she's lonely and want to kill herself because she don't have nobody to hang out with.